now let's go all the way through the south of France. We're crossing all the way from nearly one coast to another. In France, from near the Mediterranean coast, we were onto to the west coast, the coast of the Atlantic Ocean, that is, to Bordeaux, to the right bank of the Garonne River, so a little inland, not right on the coast, in Merlot territory for now. We'll get to the real coast of the Atlantic Ocean in just a minute, into more Cabernet territory. This is a wine called Château Vieille Tour. I know it's hard to pronounce for English speakers, but it simply means the chateau of the old tower. This is made by a young winemaker, relatively young, Jérôme Gouin. He's followed his grandfather's passion and dedication to wine production. Jérôme uses traditional vine growing techniques and eco-responsible practices from his best terroirs on a rather clayey soil. Only exceptional vintages, when the climatic conditions allow him to come up with outstanding quality wines, Jérôme releases his exception cuvée. Only 8,000 bottles, not made every year. Exception. Yes, this wine is an exception and named that way. Blended from a majority of Merlot at 80% with a little bit of Cabernet Sauvignon, Cabernet Franc and Petit Verdot as well. A typical right bank Bordeaux blend, delicately mellowed by light oak treatment to really respect the character of the fruit. Let's taste. And yet another very dense looking wine. Wow, we do have a lineup of really great lookers of wines here. This one is vibrantly red, of course, but it's got more brownish hues to it. This time you can tell we've moved from the south of France, the Mediterranean coast, to Bordeaux, to the Atlantic coast, just by looking at it. Somewhat denser looking. Let's sniff. Oh wow, yeah, and we certainly have moved from one universe to another. To the nose, it smells completely different. We are still in France for sure, the finesse of delivery, the very precise fruity expressions as well, but we have perhaps an even sharper definition of fruity aromas and quality here. It's about fresh blackcurrant and vibrant fresh blackberry here, more than cooked jammy fruits. More cool climate expression as the slightly grassy and herbal notes of red and yellow capsicum as well. Really signature of some Cabernet in there. Tomato leaves as well, you could say, a bit of carrot cake, delicate caramelly notes as well. This is Merlot signature. Very interesting to smell. Let's dive in. Wow, and this is a super interesting Bordeaux wine. I was trained as a winemaker in Bordeaux, and we have a very modern approach here, an interpretation of Bordeaux wine very much on the pure fruit expression with no artifacts or interference from any oak. This is a wonderful wine to experience what a delicious Bordeaux tastes like just out of the winery without a long aging in barrels, which is the more traditional way of making Bordeaux wine, but to experience really what the grapes and the terroirs taste like. Loads of fresh blackberry flavors, blueberry, the mineral acidity, raspberry seeds, I would almost say here. A good juicy and salivating balance, solid acidity, notes of lime and lemon almost when you taste the wine, lemon marmalade combined with fresh lime. Again here I love how honest and upfront this wine is, yet it has the depth and the structure of a good solid Bordeaux wine. Those wines are tannic and structured, solid and compact, but there's a rawness of the fruit delivery here that is absolutely remarkable. It's somewhat of the raw food movement of wine, if you wish, really, yeah, raw expression of the grapes, and for the better. This is, I think, a great wine to have before a meal with appetizers, the salads, the entrees, a pasta salad, tomato and mozzarella, even a niçoise salad, perfect for chicken dishes as well. Great candidate of a red wine to pair with dishes of whitefish even, I'd say. because it's got a lot of citrus and this crisp, zingy acidity. Really special expression that you rarely experience from Bordeaux. Lots of texture, lots of fruitiness, a wine for connoisseurs. And even connoisseurs wouldn't have tasted this sort of wine very, very often. Very modern, very linear, very precise. Yeah.